Welcome back to the BLONGshow. Glad to see y'all came to join me again, young humanitarian style. So today I came to talk about how to fix a broken heart, but I got caught up in this Valentine's thing as I thought about it, because I thought about, people, they tend to let their feelings get the best of them because it's February and Valentine's Day on the 14th. So I just wanted to give people a little bit of background on Valentine's Day, and then we'll break down the broken heart on another video. So it's quite a few different stories about our buddy Valentine. So one of them say that he was supposed to be a priest, and he was a priest over in Rome. And at the point in time, the Roman emperor at that time felt like men were better soldiers if they wasn't married. If they didn't have, a wife or a family, then they fought harder. They was better soldiers. And so he banned marriage. But this guy, Valentine, this priest, continued to marry people despite what the emperor said. So at that point, he was breaking the law, and the emperor had him beheaded. So that's one of the stories we got about Valentine. Let's see what else they say about him. So the other thing they say is that Roman prisoners had very harsh conditions, and they was being treated extremely wrong. And him being a priest in Rome, he was helping those prisoners escape. And so with him helping these prisoners escape, they say that they found out and they had him killed. But then that story can also fold over into this next story. So the next story says that he was a prisoner himself. And one of the jailers' daughter came there to visit him. And somehow him and her fell in love with each other. And he wrote her a letter before he was killed. And it was supposed to be a love letter. And the letter was signed from your Valentine, which is where they say we get Happy Valentine's Day and your Valentine from. So, we got all these stories, and the stories are kind of crazy because all of them make it seem like, Valentine was a good guy that got basically a raw deal from Rome. But the story gets even deeper, and it gets kind of funny, but not really. So the date actually gets tangled up at this point, because they say February 14th was the day that they recognize him for him being martyred or killed or whatever in this painful death. That's why they celebrate on February 14th. And then we also go and they say, no, this is a pagan holiday, and it's celebrated in the middle of February for Lupercali, or Lupercalia, however you say it. So, I say that things get funny because it just gets totally weird now, because, people come up with different stuff, and they've been doing this stuff for so long that maybe we just don't really know about it no more. But it's weird stuff that goes on, and some people still practice this stuff. It's just not so far in the open like it used to be. But anyway, what these people did to celebrate this Lupercali or Lupercalia is they would sacrifice a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. Now, me, myself, it's kind of stupid, because goats, being that fertile, and the dog for purification, when they say a dog is low, a dog is like messed up, like they call you a dog if you're doing something wrong, and then on top of that, dog is God spelled backwards. So the purification thing of a dog is kind of like just totally weird to me. And so they did all of this at a cave where it was supposedly the dudes that supposedly found Rome was raised by a she-wolf or a looper. Like, it's just all this weirdness, you know, with it. And so when we, you know, we start to get down into it, the other part that I said was funny is like, after they did these sacrifices, they would rip the goat hide apart, soak it in the blood that they used for the sacrifice, and then go around town slapping women and their crops with that goat hide that had blood on it. And the women wasn't running, they was running to them to be slapped with it because they thought that made them fertile. Now you tell me, how weird is that? And then so they would take another urn, stick all the women's names in it, let men that was eligible bachelors at the time pull a name out the urn, and they would go and have sex and be with that woman. That's Valentine's Day for you. You tell me how weird that is. And then so we continue to celebrate Valentine's Day. We continue to be raped with the merchandise prices. I went to the store the other day. I saw a beautiful plant that I wanted because I like to grow plants. And the plant, it was about this big. They wanted $20 for it. I know that plant is $6. But they want $20 for it because it's Valentine's Day coming up and the plant got pink and white and red on it. But a lot of people gonna buy it, and they'll probably be sold out because people be rushing to get a gift for a silly holiday. You know, why do we let holidays control our mind? Why do we let holidays control our mood? Why do we let holidays control our actions? But I'm glad y'all joined this video with me. It was fun making it, thinking about all of that old stuff and all this different weird stuff people used to do and people still believe in and people still don't know what they celebrating. But anyway, y'all, have a good Valentine's Day. In my opinion, have a good Valentine's Day every day. You know, if you look at Valentine's Day as a day of love, why wait for February 14th? This the BLONGshow. I'm out.